What's going on, everyone? Supreme Cam here. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing two things over here. First of all, we're going to be going over Shiju Summit on the Barbatos Lupus, and then the Kimaris Vidar over here, which I both of them I have rainbowed them back in the 5 months ago. Actually, this banner was actually one of the more groundbreaking banner, the most highly anticipated. I think I recorded some minutes on this, and this was by far one of my most viewed subway video of all time, if I recall. I think back then I didn't have too many subscribers, but there was tons of people watching this one. So we're gonna be talking about these boys over here. I'm not really gonna do like a ranking comparison between these two because they have I wouldn't say they hadn't they haven't aged too much in a bit. So I would say that both these cars are within like like the top 20 ish. Give or take maybe in the it's still pretty good, right? We're not gonna be over here. We'll actually hop over to the alteration page. Second of all, I think this review should be quick. So in addition, I'm going to be doing some free summons. I have stacked a lot of those standard capsule free tickets and whatnot. So I'm going to be doing some free summon for the first time in a long time, right? Actually recording it. So I'm going to quickly go over that. But before I want to go over that, just want to let you guys know I did make a Twitter. So if you guys want to follow your boy on the Twitter side as well, I have the link in the description. I just made it. I made it back in December, but never actually posted anything. So my Twitter, you'll find more. You wouldn't say non-related content to GBGW. It'll be a little bit more on the relaxing side. Not the relaxing side. What? Not the right word, but just in depth of what I kind of do in game and all that. In addition, I do post other games that I play like Dokkan Battle and then also Dragon Ball Legends. So just a variety of things I like to post on there. So you guys do have Twitter, and then you guys, yeah, feel free to give me a follow over there as well. So all right, so not really gonna go in depth about these guys because I would say we got a lot more better choices throughout the 5 month period that we have. I think the most noticeable I would like to recommend. One thing you can all right. So one little history about or units from the Iron Blood Orphans because of how everything is made, like the Gundams are made, like the Gundam frames and their armors. Most of their units in here, especially is really noticeable with the Barbatos Lupus, is how high their shot defense is because I think their armor is some nanotechnology, not the one from Iron Man, obviously, but some sort of nanotech that kind of gives that super armor really good for shot defense. So a lot of time you don't see a lot of them doing like range attack. It's mostly hand-to-hand combat. So that's why you see compared to the melee defense, it's like where is my melee defense on a melee unit? So that's why they kind of carry that over here on the game. So don't be surprised when you see if you see this, oh my god, where's my melee defense? Like why is the game broken? No, it's just actually straight up from the anime, straight up from the IBO series and all that. So first thing I would like to recommend to all trade. Back then I never have this. This one is actually pretty good. You do have a double stacking over here, melee power boost by 30%, but your cooldown is going to be up by 10%, so EX skill will be a little bit more effective. On a melee build, I think this is crucial because most of the time you can execute a lot more if you have a CD built. So this one will actually be critical if you guys are someone that relies heavily on EX skill per se. So that having that 10%, you will have to kind of compensate that with some other traits that would say CD reduction and all that. So if you guys can live up to this kind of trade up over here, I think it's pretty good. Second part trade is the EX skill buff to the backpack over here, which is not too bad because most of the good EX skill that you want to use are in the backpack already. So this one may not, it's a pretty good recommendation as well. But like I said, this one does have a drawback where your other trade will not get the benefit. So this one is one of the recommendation I would like to give because this one does carry a pretty good trade. I think at that time, like 5 months ago, back in late December, this is actually the last banner for 2020, by the way. They were really pushing out that high mobility because I think at the time, we just had a big update in terms of the word tag. I believe that update was a 2.2 update where all the word tag and combined percentage equal to 15%. So any word tag you would see nowadays, we add them up, they are 15%. I think high mobility received a pretty sizable update back then, giving a good melee attack. So that's why this tag was widely used at the time. But I think now with the 2.3 from February and then not 2.4, I would say high mobility have not saying it didn't age too well, but with the right leg gear, I don't think it performed that well compared to some other one we might have. So just a little quick tip on that. In terms of the leg, I think the leg was one of the more savvy one to be looking at, because at base level 1, I'm pretty sure most people will just have this at base level 1. But if you take a look at base level 1 over here, the portrait, this is a double EXQ buffing over here. So in technicality, you can run this on both builds if you choose so, but you don't, obviously you won't because of the tags over here. I mean, you can, because this one does give a shot defense, if you will. But this one is one of those special cases where the first portrait is usually on 17% basis, but this one is actually 20%. So if you have to equate to 20% for the first portrait, you are looking at least a level 4 portrait. So this is one of the premium one you can actually use, because this one, like I said, is a double EXQ power boosting, so it's really excellent. But keep in mind that your shot damage is going to waste by 20%. I think this is what you're going to take. I think this is you take more, or you take more damage, which is it's not too bad of a case, right? This one also does lock behind. You have to be using physical EXQ, which is not the worst case scenario, because there are tons of good physical EXQ, so this is not bad of a choice. But unfortunately, I would say the stat does not really carry out too well. I probably one nowadays that I use now instead of this one is going to be the double quanta. I think they both share the same kind of portrait, but the double quanta, I think after alteration with the 30% change here, we are looking closing into 5k, or I think it reaches 5k's already. So this one is obviously a lot more better. Can I do a base level 1? I can't actually, because I have a level. Okay, you know what? We'll just do it at base 4 level 10, because they will be the same at the end of the day. So these two are exactly the same over here. This one, the physical one, being the second portrait for the Barbatos. So this one is actually the same, but this one does have a higher output. But if it's something you have and you would like to alter it, it's not a bad choice, I would say. It's just that, you know, the power creep have kind of inflated throughout the months already. So all these that's why I didn't want to do like a ranking comparison, because they are kind of dated in a way, but not too much in a way, right? It's only been 5 months. The last one I would like to recommend is probably going to be the backpack over here. For cinematic purposes, the custody EX was fabulous. Great damages, because this guy actually give a whopping 59% of melee raises on a special on that EXQ attack over here. So this is by far one of the highest one. I think at base level 1, yeah, base level 1 you are still giving a 50%. So yeah, this is why this EXQ is broken at a time. Like this was probably, yeah, this was the best banner, or the most highly anticipated banner back in the day. It's not even that low. Why am I saying back in the day? Right? I don't know. But this one is really good. If you want that good cinematic cutscene EXQ, this one is the way to go. In terms of the stat, this one is one of the higher stat as well. You see coming in at 5k. I actually coincidentally is using this one over here. Good link stat as well. Look at those trade protect and close combat. Fabulous one over here. So am I using it? No, actually not. But in my box over here, if I filter it to strongest melee, you see Barbatos is coming out on top over here compared to some recent new ones over here. Like it's higher than H2 Magnum. It's actually higher than Double Quanta. It's actually higher than a lot of those good ones, I would say. So that's a pretty good recommendation, either on your main build or even it's a skin purposes for that good cinematic cutscene over there. Alright, now moving on to the Kimaris Vidar over here. I'm not gonna recommend the other ones, like the head does have a awakening EX skill, which kind of devalues even the stat, I would say. I mean, you can obviously sub-slot, but the stat is on a lower tier. So even if you sub-slot, it's not going to be the best case scenario. Or you can say, oh, why not throw in big alteration 1-to-1 your skill? Because I would say those portraits are not the best ideal setup. So you wouldn't really use it on like a good occasion in a way, but it's an option, right? If you don't really too much care about a good portrait, yeah, obviously you can throw in a good 1 to 100 scale alteration. But if you want to maximize something, that is not the way to go. All right, in terms of the chest over here, not too bad. This one is actually a premium portrait, to be honest. This one is a premium one over here, second portrait. Buff EXQ effect by 30%. This is one of the excellent portrait you can find because these one, like the buff EXQ effect, they multiply differently than, for example, like a melee power boosting or EXQ power boosting. So these one are really valued it. So if you have the resources or even have this one, I would say it's a good one to alterate. But then again, the tag is something that's gonna throw this unit off by a long shot because this one carry a because this one does carry a heavy armor over here, so this is not going to be the best case scenario over there. High firepower is a good bridge in between like a melee and shot build, so this one quote unquote you can run it on a shot build as well. The armor is actually one of the better one I have seen like back then 5 months ago. This arm I used to rock the arm back then, but one downside is going to be the heavy armor over there. That's going to throw you off by a lot. In most case scenario on a melee build, you obviously want to run it as a double arm. Like you want the main part is the self, and then subside is self again to maximize the boosting. But with the introduction of 1 to 1 scale, you can kind of compensate that. But then again, the 1 to 100 scale does not really equate in terms of like the premium stat over here. So it's a good option as well. This is why double. This is one of the few ones like 5 months ago until now. Even now we don't really we have got a lot of good arms that have portrait instead of a good EXQ because they like to do this kind of thing. Like they will give you a really high melee attack stat, but they're gonna throw in an EXQ where you can't really use it fully to the full extent. This one was one of the good one I used back then. This one does give a melee power boost by 30% when using physical. That's no problem. Also, back part, EXQ power boosted by 35%. So this one is actually one of the better ones to use. But like I said, nowadays we do have better ones already. The last one I would like to recommend is going to be the sword over here, which is to this day I'm still using it. This is because how crazy the stat is right here. 10k on base over here, or at max level, excuse me. You also get a 30 closing into not closing in on 2300 melee defense over here. It translates really well. Excellent portrait and tags already. High firepower and close combat, which is I would say this one is one of the more harder ones to use. Let me explain over here. This one is actually a WE skill boosting over here, so this is actually pretty good. Two conditions you need to fulfill. You actually need to be using a high firepower, but a lot of people does not like to use high firepower in a melee build, so this one may not be the best option. But in my case, I try to use high firepower in both my builds, so that's good, right? Second option, or the second restriction over here, actually is going to be using L-Fighter job over here. I think a lot of people do choose to use Infighter over L-Fighter for various reasons. So if you guys cannot use L-Fighter, this would be not a good choice over here. But in my case, let me show you guys over here. For my build purpose, to be exact, I am using this one over here. I do have a level 6 over here, so it's gonna be giving a pretty good boost. So I do have 2 red marks over here. That's why you can see some pretty high stacking over here. Just even at level 6 portrait, we are breaking that 10k already. So this one is actually pretty good. So here are the portrait at level 6 over here at 22 and 30%. So excellent over here. So my setup is actually a pro attack, close combat, and high firepower, which a lot of people does not really use, because a lot of people are actually using mobile fighter, which is the best one to use alongside with pro attack. So that is that over here. So those are only the 3 recommendations I will have for the EX skill. Those are empowered in your hand, whether or not you like the EX skill. So alright, so for the second half, we will be doing some free summons over here because I have actually not do a lot of free summon throughout. So this video might just be a little bit longer. So I want to do some free capsule over here. So because there are a lot of good 4-star part I would actually like to get. The one specifically that gives out like those EX good cooldown. So hopefully I can get some of those in here. I'll actually make the skip just not make this video excessively too long. So you know what? I should actually do this as well. Let me do sell the 2-star ones over here. All right, I think this would be pretty good. So you know, I just want to get some. Do want to get some those really good 4-star parts over here. I think right now currently I am trying to hunt for the one that have the big scale alteration, the the wing Gundam. I want the beam saber. Two reason being because the beam saber actually gives out a what is that? The beam saber actually gives out a initial cooldown charge by 20%, and they'll also give a backpack EXQ boost by 30%, so 35% though. So that's why I kind of need it for my build to complete it. Once again, trying to change out a lot of parts. So right now we will be taking a look at this one over here. Actually, this one I actually have not been summoning on it. I think in 2 more days or 2 more tickets wise, I will be able to complete another set of rotations. So this time around, I'll only be doing the first rotation over here. So let's see what we're gonna get over here. Okay, actually gonna skip it though, to be honest. I don't really want to sit through the whole animation. I did forget to sell it. My bad again. I don't want to be selling them at the end. So let's do this. I did make my build to have a mobile fighter actually recently. So I think I will be trying to get a lot of those mobile fighter tag parts up to that level 99, hopefully. But I'm not really gonna push it because it is really capital intensive. So I think I'm gonna space out throughout the week so I don't really burn out my capitals when I really do need it. So let's see what we're gonna get over here. Another purple. I'm gonna skip it regardless. We did get some new parts over here, right? We got the full armor 7 Gundam chest over here. Not too bad. That's actually pretty good. I think the rate does kind of go up on these kind of banner already. So hopefully I get multiple, like the one I really need. This is like trying to find a needle in a haystack kind of ish over here. So not the best case. Wow. Whoa, we got 2 new parts over here. What is this? Ah, the Ashia F-type over here, not too bad. And then we also get, wow, another one from F-type over here, not too bad. I actually like the GN hammer over here. I think it's a pretty good animation-wise when you kind of swing it. So, let's see what we can get on this one. No, can we get the beam saber, please? No, no. Give me the beam saber. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Skip. We got G self atmosphere pack, and then we got the G and what? Oh, I never actually got this? Interesting. Oh, this one is a T type, that's why I never got it. That is understandable, to be honest. Alright, this one's gonna be guaranteed purple or 4-star, so I'm gonna skip it again. No, we didn't get him. Oh, this one is huge. We got the bomb, the H14 Glanza. This one is a AoE attack, so this one is a very good option for a 3v3 arena. So this one, if you guys do have it, trying to get this one up to level 10. This one will serve a pretty good purpose at the end of the day. So I'm just gonna do one set of rotation as of now. I think I'm gonna save the other one for later purposes. So do I have any more tickets I can use? I do have this one. I'll probably just do this on the side, to be honest. So I think that's pretty much it. I just want to do a brief overview for those 2 banner unit over here. So I think it's not. I think to conclude this, let me actually go to the capsule. I think I forgot about this one actually. Just to really talk about the banner itself. I don't think this banner is anything too worth it to summon on because it's not It's not a step up where it's like the Penelope, the one we have last week, where it's a step up, the premium step up, where you can trade a material for like the gunpla build coins, which is probably one of the best things they have done. These banner does come in at 16%, which the rate can be horrendous at times, so this is probably not the best ideal setup to summon on. They don't even decided to add in more incentive to people to summon on, so this is probably not the best banner to summon on as for a reprint over here. So I think that will cover it for this video over here. So with that being said, hopefully if you guys do have parts already, good luck and starting to alterate them. So with that being said, if you guys don't want to summon on for this week, I would say it's a-okay for sure. So with that being said, I will catch you guys all on the next one.